chat's running hot. She flips to page 3, then dives off the plot. Let's talk about the Lizard Kings again. Tinfoil crown sitting proud on her head, says it helps keep out the thought police thread. But she laughs so hard that it slips instead. Who walks past like, here we go, my friend. Welcome to Digger's Chatterbox. Pull up a chair, let your weird thoughts talk. From dusty old books to the sky that watches. She's under that shiny hat, unlocking all the boxes. Digger 420 on your screen, non-stop. This is Digger's Chatterbox. Sweets is asleep on the unread stack. Camera zooms in, chats typing in caps. Show us the cover, what's that in the back? She grins, it's classified, or maybe it's trash. She's got red string charts that we can't quite see. Swears the plot twist lives on page 203. Then she stops mid-rant, did you hear that beep? It's just a follow ping, but we all lean in. Welcome to Digger's Chatterbox. Pull up a chair, let your weird thoughts talk. From dusty old books to the sky that watches. She's under that shiny hat, unlocking all the boxes. Digger 420 on your screen, non-stop. This is Digger's Chatterbox. Is it all in our heads or a hidden code? Are we chasing our tails or the mother lode? She says, think for yourself, that's the only law. Then Boo hits the mic with a perfect misbrew. Welcome to Digger's Chatterbox. Pull up a chair, let your weird thoughts talk. From dusty old books to the sky that watches. She's under that shiny hat, unlocking all the boxes. Digger 420 on your screen, non-stop. This is Digger's Chatterbox.
Because, you know.
Hello. Just a sec. Pinning. Good. I've got, okay, now everything is set up. Hiya, everyone. I was ready. I was set up. I was good to go. I was even watching a TV show prior to stream, and then I signed off of that. And while I was setting up or getting into StreamYard, I realized there's a mass casualty event happening right now. Pikesville, Baltimore County. So I don't know what state. Oh, Maryland. There we go. Oh, Maryland. Okay, I got some friends out that way. I hope they're not involved. Bus has crashed into a building in Pikesville, Maryland, triggering a mass casualty event with more than 30 patients reported and at least one person in critical condition. It looks like a city bus decided, for whatever reason, to run into a building. It looks like he took out a few cars as well. There are more than 30 patients. From what I heard, they had like 4 or 14. I didn't catch which number, but 4 or 14 walking wounded left. Anyone else who is more critically wounded has been ambulanced or choppered to whatever hospital they're going to. But yeah, it looks like he's taken out power poles, like he's removed electricity from a lot of places. It's down the power poles, transmitter blown. Like I said, multiple cars looked wasted. Absolutely done. So if anyone knows anyone in Maryland, check in with your loved ones, because this doesn't look good at all. More than 30 patients. One is one is still critical. Entrapment is reported, and there's a second alarm, fire alarm going off right now. So yeah, I guess he took his passengers hostage. Oh God, yeah, that bus. Oof. He took his passengers hostage. That's where the entrapment comes from. And he just full force into a building. There's a bunch of ads on the side of the building, but I can't really tell. It kind of looks like it was like a cafe or something. Oh no, there we go. FedEx office. It was a FedEx office. So he took a city bus and ran it into a FedEx office. Multiple cars were involved, and the power lines are down across the street. So, yay! Hey, good times. So yeah, just another, we do pro con. This shit doesn't happen here yet. Yet. So there's that. Oh my goodness. Anyways, on with the goodness. Hi guys, it is Wednesday. We're chatting with you guys in the chat. Good to see you, emissary, special emissary. We've got Saffron saying hi, Digger, and Mr. Q saying good evening. Oh, can we see this? Oh, for 5-6s. See, I'm in charge for the change, and I didn't actually share the screen because that's your job, Johnny. Where are you? There you go. And I should probably this is Ickled Mel. I lowercase I, capital C, lowercase K, capital E, lowercase D, capital M, lowercase E, capital L. I do watch him, not all the time, but when shit's going down, like when there's a breaking news, he tends to have his thumb on the pulse. So I will go to him for that. So please, if you go over and kind of check it out for yourself, give him a thumbs up or subscribe or, whatever you choose. He has, he's got me in the past talking about, like, just recently, I can't remember what the event was. But he said he was covering breaking news and something was going on. And so I shared it for our morning news show. And it turned out he was talking about something that had happened days before. There we go. Now you don't have to see his chat. So there's the bus. It's right on into the FedEx building there. And thankfully, the injured are, for the most part, where they need to be in whatever hospital they're being sent to. Like I said, there was like 4 or 14 walking wounded still on site, but they were going to send them with police to whatever hospital they were being sent to. So there's the bus. There's all the craziness. Instead of going postal, he went bus driver into the postal office. Yes. Well, I guess it's technically not the post office, but it's a FedEx. So, same shit, right? Hey, Squabby, good to see you. Hello, Lexi. She's here, but listening only. Hi, all. Well, good. I didn't see you earlier. You may have been there and I just missed you, but good to see you. I've basically described what it is we are looking at right now. So, you know what's going on. I can totally see a taxi driver, says Mr. Q. Well, here you can still see some of the vehicles are still there, showing some of the vehicles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe 6. Yeah. Oh, lovely ads. Freaking YouTube. Oh, good. Thank you. Oh, does Icklemel have a Rumble channel as well? Okay, cool. Yeah, he's a good dude. Like I said, he's gotten me before, things that happen on a Saturday, and he's talking about breaking news on the Monday. So he's caught me a couple of times, but he's always there when shit's going down. So and he actually, if not for his hoodwinks, I wouldn't have known that the thing had happened. Oh shit, I wish I could remember what it was. It happened this past Saturday, but he was covering it like it was happening in the moment on Monday. Type movie, only bus driver. Yeah, unfortunately, he had a lot of passengers. There's more than 30 patients, at least one in critical. And most likely, yes, a lot of people's Amazon packages will not be delivered on time. If there was anything airmail delivery, not going to make it. So, what can you do? But yeah, that is what's happening right now in North America. At least that's the biggest thing that I can find. So I will I'll keep it on in the background. I don't want to stream snipe them the entire time. But yeah, I'll keep it on in the background. If I see anything else major come up, I'll let you know. In the meantime, this is Chat's Choice. So what you want to speak about, that's what we'll speak about. I got some news yesterday. Not great, but not awful yet. But I went back to my doctors after seeing my pain doctor, and because he agreed this is not right. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last 8 months to a year, I have gained a lot of weight. A lot of weight. And it's not cool. It's been worrying me for quite a while. I haven't changed anything other than quitting smoking. And I know you're supposed to gain some weight with quitting smoking, but not this much and not in such a short amount of time. So I've gained a lot of weight. I've got a lot of swelling. I don't know if you guys can tell it on the camera, but I can see the difference between, the chubby and the swelling. So I went back to the doctor yesterday, and though she still swears this is nothing but perimenopause, which is a scary word for girls my age, but she still thinks it's perimenopause, but she's willing to admit that it's a little bit odd. And so we're going to run a bunch of, the gamut of tests. I get to do a sleep apnea mask again, because I haven't done it in like 6-7 years. They keep thinking that's what's going to be it, but the fatigue is from the fibro. It's not from any sleeping issues, but I'll do another one of those. No problem. It's not, it doesn't hurt me to do it again, just in case. We're going to do, actually, tomorrow morning, I may be late joining the Game Over podcast in the morning because I have to walk to the lab. And I have to have all the blood work and urinalysis and all the fun stuff. It has to be done on an empty stomach. So I'm going to have to wake up, get dressed, walk down to the lab, get all the stuff done, and then come back and join the show. So I will be there. I just will be a little late. But at least my doctor is taking me seriously now, which is good, because I've known for a while that there's something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I've known for a long time something's wrong, and now she's willing to check it out. Not that she wasn't willing before, but she really thought it was just perimenopause, and so no big deal. And I'm thinking, no, this is a lot of weight gain for perimenopause, and it's a lot of weight gain for quitting smoking. So point is, we will finally start doing some tests, and perhaps we will find results. She said, worst case scenario, it is perimenopause, and I'm just fat, at which point I could take Ozempic for $125 a month for a few months, like 6 to 12, to get myself back to where I was before all this happened. Right? Wildest saying. I was hoping people hadn't noticed that. But yeah, when you started wearing short sleeves, a female situation that could affect weight gain. Apparently, I do have all my parts. Apparently, though, with the PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, I don't talk about it much. Fibro's the one that kind of affects me on the daily to affect my life. But unfortunately, even after menopause, and even if I took all my girly bits out and chucked them away, PCOS is still a thing. and it will be a thing the whole of my life. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But yeah, I started putting on weight, and I start like it's not just weight. I sit sideways in this chair a lot. When this gets uncomfortable, I'll flip it. So my left leg leans into the bar here. And after a, say, 3.5 hour stream in a morning, I'll get up. And I still have that indent now. So you can see the difference in the two legs is astounding. There's quite the divot between where there was compression versus the rest of my legs, which didn't have any compression. And that divot will stay for quite a while, quite a long while. The same with your sleeping. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you've got little lines pressed into your face from the pillowcase that's been wrinkled, those things stick around for a very, very long time, which is not healthy. So either way, between my pain doctor and my showing her YouTube stream videos of me a year ago, 6 months ago now, she's decided that we're going to do some tests just in case. So hopefully it's fine, because there's enough stuff online that I could really scare myself if I wanted to. But as I was telling someone just a little while ago, my family raised me. What we do is, if something bad happens, we pretend it never happened and it just didn't exist. It gets put up into a box, duct taped shut, thrown into another box, which is like taped, and thrown to the back of the memory box. And we just don't think about it. We don't talk about it. Bad shit hasn't happened. None of that until it actually happens. So as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm just waiting to get in to see the specialists. They're going to mail me the sleep apnea machine to do the test. Like I said, the labs I'll do tomorrow, that sort of thing. And hopefully we can get it figured out, because it's been bothering me for a while, and it's been getting worse. And it's hard to do exercise when everything's swollen and you hurt. And it's really hard to do exercise when everything is swollen and you hurt, and you look in the mirror and you go, my God, I'm fat. Where did that come from? You know, because it'd be one thing if I changed everything and I was eating crappy and I wasn't doing anything and blah, 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 you know, that'd be okay. I earned it. I'll take it. But I've actually been exercising more in the last year than I had previously. My eating habits, nothing's changed except quitting smoking. And though I know they say that you can gain a lot of weight when you quit smoking, I don't think you don't gain this much, and you don't gain it this quickly, you know? So, but unfortunately, as to your question, Wild, yeah, no, taking all the bits out is not going to do anything, unfortunately. So nice, Mr. Q. Way to go. Over $4,000 of food, water, and drinks. Did 20K in sales. That's awesome. That's a really great markup. And that was a long haul. You did what? Were you out there a full 5 days? Out in the rodeo sun, the heat, and the July 4th goodness? How was everyone's July 4th? I was getting downloaded yesterday about just how great my Canada Day was. Apparently it was even better than I expected. Apparently Drunk Digger. I've been told this before, but Drunk Digger's a lot of freaking fun. And apparently I was on particularly well that night. I apparently made quite a bunch of friends in the crowd of people watching the fireworks. Apparently I was very funny, could not be stopped. And yeah, I've got a few people who say, you know, Drunk Lenny is so great. We never see her, but when we see her, she's so awesome. So I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but either which way, I had a blast. And sober looking back at all the fireworks pictures I took, I should have just hit record instead of click, 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 click for every picture, because it does look like I took a picture a second. There's a bunch of pictures. So I did really well on my my Canada Day. Yesterday I ended up with the neighbors. We had fun because it's one of the neighbors' birthdays today, and she's going out. So we played Uno on the deck and had a grand old time. Here we go. I should have kept this one out too. I have a picture. Side chats. Nope. Oh, it's not there. Okay. Oh, I don't want to claim my nitro. They're free. That's great. It doesn't matter. And I didn't put it there. Darn it. Okay. Well, I've got pictures. I've got pictures of my girlfriend's birthday last night, the neighbors. We all had a grand time. We sat out on the deck. We sang 90s songs. We played Uno, smoked pot, drank some drinks. It was a lot of fun. My birthday is on the 21st. So like, what is it? 2 weeks from now? A week and a half from now? So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Oh, I started it. I didn't turn it on. Have you tried a liver or kidney detox for edema issues when your immune system is under stress? No, nothing of that. My doctor up to this point has just told me it's a perimenopause thing. That's all it is. There's nothing else. It's perimenopause. That's what it is. I got to suck it up and eat it, but I won't, because I know it's not just fat. There's actual swelling. My feet, I haven't been able to see my actual feet in eons. Ask Brian the science. According to him, I've got really nice feet, but you cannot tell because they've been swollen for like ages now. My legs, my face, all through here is swollen. So I haven't tried any detoxes yet. But she's finally taking me seriously. So like I said, I'll walk down to the lab tomorrow and get the lab work done. And then once she gets the results, we can go from there. My mom has a thyroid problem. She's got hypothyroid, which means that it forces you to gain weight. Hyper causes you to lose it. So she's got hypothyroidism. We've always watched my thyroid. It's never been a problem. I don't see why it would be suddenly, but you don't know. So we'll test everything. Yes, keep standing and moving. The minute you stop trying, it's over. I know. And that's what I was telling her. This time last year, I was seriously considering excess skin removal surgery, only because there's not a ton to there wasn't. I mean, it's definitely not there now, but there wasn't a ton of excess weight to be removed or excess skin. But when you're dealing with fibromyalgia, every little bit helps. And if I could have lost 10 pounds just in excess skin, I would have loved it. But then I started ballooning like this. It's happened too quickly to just be anything. And like I said, my lifestyle didn't change. I got healthier. So that's not right. But yeah, I will keep moving. I will keep walking. I have always had weight problems. My mom made it quite clear. I mean, I don't think she ever said it to me this directly, but growing up, the mantra was, you're fat, you're stupid, and you're ugly. Fix the thing you can, which was the weight. I was on a zillion different diets before I hit double digits. Weight has always been an issue with me, even at my methed out max. At the worst of it, I still had cushion for the pushing. I never got that super scrawny, junky look because there was never enough. So either way, yeah, weight has always been a problem, but to have it happen this suddenly, and like I think it was Wild that said a while back now, I was complaining that I have 3 sets of clothes, my skinny, my fat, and my normal. And she said that's common for women, which I didn't know. Um, Made me feel a fuck of a lot better, but I didn't know that. But yeah, even my fat clothes are too small. And to have that happen in the space of spring and summer or fall, what is it, winter and spring, to have the difference be that noticed, something's not right. So at least she's checking me out now. You never got your fighting weight back. Yeah. No, it's unfortunate because I looked into that, and if that was all that we need, um take the bits out, go for it, because they don't work anyways. I've I miscarried a lot, but I was never able to take it all the way. So yeah, it was I would have gotten rid of my bits instantly if that's all I had to do. Swelling meant my heart was going bad. I'm on furosemide, the water pill, among other heart meds. Yeah, I've looked into water pills just to know what they were. I thought, like, growing up, a water pill was just a pill with water, and I thought, why on earth would people have to drop pills? Just take a glass from the tap. I didn't realize what they did and what they were. But yeah, at this point, we know nothing. It could be my kidneys, it could be my liver, it could be my heart, it could be anything. Um, I feel relatively okay. I don't think it's my heart. I have a couple of pains that happen sometimes right in here, but it's not a heart pain, it's a muscle pain. And it's due to the fibro and the pain affecting the muscles back here. Um, so I don't think it's my heart. That being said, I've been taking Tylenol 3s, which is 300 mil of Tylenol and 30 mil of codeine. And I've been eating them like candy since I was 12. So it being a liver thing wouldn't surprise me. Um, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's like a cirrhosis. I don't drink um, anywhere near enough to have cirrhosis of the liver because of drinking. Um, but there are many other liver issues, or kidney is the other one, issues that may and can affect the symptoms that I'm having. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I feel okay. Like, I know something's wrong, but I feel okay. You know, yes, we talking female issues. I really wish it was a female issue. It would be so easy to fix. I'm 46. I'll be 47 on the 21st. I'm okay with just losing it all. That was all it was. Oh my goodness. Take it all. Mr. Q, I know I saw you in chat talking about it. You cut your cast off your wrist 2 days after getting it. You are your own doctor. Yeah, you did also break your wrist, bud. So I hope you're at the very least keeping it bandaged and sort of stabilized while those bones heal. Being a farmer, I'm guessing you probably won't, but being your friend, I'm hoping you did. Yes, causing smoking will cause quick weight gain, but it shouldn't cause any swelling, and that's the key. At first, I put it to, yeah, I just quit. I quit smoking. Of course, I'm going to gain weight, you know. But no, it's the swelling that's really gotten me. I can't. I mean, I still have ankles, but they swell regularly. My feet, I can't see the tendons in the tops of my feet like I normally can. I can see it in my face. I can see it, like I said, when I've compressed one part of, say, like my leg or my thigh or something. If it's been compressed for a while, it'll stay compressed 4 hours. I can still feel the indent difference between this leg and this leg, just because this leg was compressed against the back of the chair for a while. So it takes quite a while for the swelling to come back. It's not like you push on it and it comes back. So that makes me worried, but you know what it is. 4th of July, we were all set when a storm came through, so we had a July 5th. Aw. And you forgot to send the video to me. That's okay. You can send the video anytime if you've got one. If you didn't forget to take one, that's cool too. Like I said, I completely forgot to take video of the fireworks for Canada Day. I just took a zillion and one still photos. Squad Bob says, I'm 250 years old now. Goodness, I don't know if I'd want to live 250 years old. That's just a very long time. Mr. Q says, I feel 250, but I'm only 47. He is a farmer, though, so yeah, that does work for it. Does tend to make you feel older than your age, than your years. From 9:30 p.m. to 11 p.m., we were shooting. Oh, cool. And still didn't use all we had. Oh, that sounds like fun. That's cool. Yeah, our fireworks didn't start till 10, and they were over by 11. But there's no fun stuff. That is the definition of an edema. Yeah, is the indent that doesn't dissipate right away. Yeah. Compression socks are a thing, and I have no problem using them. Did I order them? We talked about ordering them yesterday. I don't know if I actually did order them. Have to double check. But yeah, compression socks will help, but I want to find a cure. I don't want to just treat the symptoms. I want to figure out what the fuck's wrong and fix that, cuz I've got this guy in my life, and he's really awesome and stuff, but he's also got MS, and he's going to need some help with stuff, and I'm going to be of no use if I'm also sick. I also have bumps that have been showing up. Nothing here, thank God, but I've got these hard lumps. It's like a ball that have been showing up over the last few years. Again, she just looked at it. She didn't even touch them. She just looked at them and went, oh yeah, it's just benign. No big deal. But she is going to send me to a dermatologist, because at the very least, I want this one cut out, because it hurts. My bra strap sits right on it, so it hurts. So there's the big C potentiality too. And depending on what kind it is, it could potentially give me similar symptoms. So, we'll do what we can do. We'll test what we can test. We'll figure it out, and we'll fix the shit. But yeah, I do. Honestly, we were drinking for Carrie's birthday yesterday. I cannot guarantee I actually put them in the cart. But yes, compression socks are definitely on the list. At the very least, it could help, because my fibro, first and foremost, attacks my feet, my ankles. So yeah, the compression socks will help with the swelling, which should hopefully help alleviate some of the extra, issue with my fibro lately. What's wrong with more cushion for the pushing? I love cushion. Well, and I do too. I love the cushion for the pushing. I just don't like the swelling. It's the swelling that gets me. I'm quite all right. Like I said, Wild taught me recently that it's not just a me thing, it's a woman thing. But I've got my skinny clothes, I've got my fat clothes, and I got my in the middle clothes, which I tend to wear most often. And I really don't want to have to buy a new set of fat clothes and make my fat clothes the normal. I don't want to do that. So I'd rather just, figure out what the fuck's wrong and try to fix it. Super scrawny people get edema too. I know. I know it's easier to see on super scrawny people. Because I'm a little bit, I don't even want to. Right now I'm fat. I am medically certified. I'm fat right now, but it's not a permanent thing. It's not a thing that I'm going to allow to stay. I'm going to do everything I can to get back to where I was about a year ago. because you can see the difference in the streams. It's no fun. Oh, hello, Laura. How you doing? Oh, good. Yes, you're catching me live. Well, that's nice. I usually on Wednesdays I will oh shoot, what's the word? I will raid Dom's because he's playing the music and then plays the old movies, which are so great. But yeah, really good to see you today. I've only wasted away in my old age. I was so handsome in my early 20s. Yeah, well, I was a lot better looking in my early 20s than I thought I was. But I guess that's part of it, right? That's when you're young and dumb and full of stuff that rhymes with dumb. Yeah, you don't realize what's really going on around you. Well, and that's kind of what I was hoping. If it is the thyroid, that's super simple. That's easily treated. My mom's got it. It's, there's medication, there's treatments, we can deal with it. I don't think it is thyroid though, just because we're so on top of it in case. I don't see it going sideways this quickly, but I am not a doctor. I know nothing. And if it is a thyroid, you're right. It's going to be so easily treated. No worries at all. So water pill won't fix edema because edema happens in the lymphatic system. Well, and that that's something I've been looking at too. I looked up water pill because I didn't know what it was. And I saw that was one of the potential treatments if it was more of a heart issue. But I've also been thinking, what are lymphatic drain massages? Are they actually a thing or is it just bullshit? Like, does it actually work? Because if that's the case, I can do that. I know there's a zillion and one different YouTube and Rumble videos showing you how to do, lymphatic drainage massage for all the different areas. Of course, there are parts of my body I can't do myself. But yeah, if it's a lymphatic system, or because edema is a lymphatic system issue, that's one of the things that I've had on my brain. Like, well, would a lymphatic system massage work? So I'll keep looking into that. Someone else had said, Oh, I lost it and I lost the thought. That's okay. Mr. Q is now just a stick with an old baseball mitt for a face. I wanted to say bat so bad. I'm just trying to treat the symptom. You already know what's causing it. Well, yeah, and that's the problem. I'm not sure what's causing it. Oh, hello, my boopers. Not sure what's causing it. I just know that it's come up suddenly. So yeah, we've got to figure out what the cause is. But yes, any home not renovations, any home remedies would be very I always put my feet up above my heart for like a half an hour while I'm watching TV at night. Try and do that and let that. I don't know if you guys notice, I do it a lot because of the fibro pain, but also because I know that you need the blood circulation. So rubbing on my thighs and kind of forcing that back and forth, I hope helps. I don't know if it does, but like I said, I do it for my fibro because it hurts. So I'm hoping it helps, hoping it helps. As long as you don't have extreme pain that affects your left arm, shoulder, neck, and jaw, it's not too serious. Unless it's a silent heart attack, then there's zero pain. Yeah, well, and that's the fun thing with the fibro, because I often have pain through here, down here. This arm, my left arm in particular, it was the first to start going numb for no reason. So that happens often. Like I said, I get a pain here. I don't think it doesn't feel like it's my heart though. It feels like it's the muscle because it's affected by the muscle here. A lot of times my pain is fibro and it's not anything else. There has unfortunately been a time or two when I attributed to fibromyalgia something that was not the fibro. I ended up losing a tooth. I had to have it pulled because the infection got so bad. It got into the bone. They had to pull the tooth, and a lot of fun times and antibiotics to get me back on track. But the reason I let it get so bad is because I assumed it was the fibro pain that I get because I clench my jaw in my sleep. I don't grind, but I clench. So yeah, I just assumed it was that. Um, Again, she doesn't seem to think it's anything like a heart or anything, and it's happened quickly, but it has also happened slow enough that I don't think it's necessary. Like if it was a heart attack or a heart something, it should. I don't think it would come on slowly like that. I would expect it to have, a quicker effect. Um, Poor bra strap. You have no idea. Poor shoulder. I mean, I'm a woman in her mid-40s. I've got divots where the bra strap sits. I've got permanent divots. That's, going to happen. But one of these stupid, hard, itchy bumps showed up like right here, right underneath the bra strap. And so it sits and it irritates and it itches and it burns and it's so fucking annoying. She's like, yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. You can, just leave them. But I got her to, she's going to send me a referral, or I'm going to get a call about a referral to a dermatologist or whoever to have them cut out. I don't care about scars. I do care about extra pain. I got enough of it as is. I don't need to cause myself more, right? If I can cut it off, great. Good to see you down. Sorry to hear that. Well, it is what it is, and I've learned, but thank you very much. I've been doing this since I was like 5 years old. From the research that they now have on fibromyalgia, there's still not a whole lot of it, but one of the things that they've realized is that a lot of people are born with the potential for fibro, but it takes some sort of traumatic event to trigger it. And since I learned that, I've been thinking, and about the only thing that I can think of that would have been that triggering event. I was 4, maybe 5 years old, and I fell 3 stories to the ground, and I landed flat on my back. I did some damage. We went and did scans and everything. At that point, we found out I've got an extra disc in my back, in my low back. But from what I understand, that was my triggering point. So I've been dealing with this for almost all of my life. But yeah, it's if I can get rid of pain that I don't need to feel, I'll do it. I haven't tried one, but yes, the system is not draining. Well, and that's kind of what I thought. A few months back, I even asked in my church Discord, does anyone have any ideas about like not fasting, but like cleansing the system, flushing out the toxins, that sort of thing. And I got some good suggestions. I was actually already planning on starting it's a diet of sorts. It's not really a diet for weight loss, but it's a meal plan that'll help you get yourself, like if you've got an immune system issues, it'll bring it back down to basics, and then I can start adding things in one at a time so that I can find out if there's something that triggers it, specifically. So I'll be starting that in the next couple of weeks, probably. Hopefully it'll help with my diet, like with my weight as well. But either way, it's supposed to help reset my dopamine receptors and reset my taste buds, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, I've been thinking about lymphatic drainage I'll have to look into it more, see if there's someone who actually does it properly here and not just a cosmetic. Oh yeah, I do this, you know. Hello, Mahmood. How you doing? Have I considered super tips as a way to gain revenue? I never did. I I never expected to get monetized. I'm still not monetized on YouTube. I doubt I ever will be. Um, if people really like to donate to help me for revenue purposes, I've got it's pinned on all three things. I've got a buy me a coffee. I've also got a PayPal now. So that seems to be the best way to go. If I were a bigger creator, content creator, especially having my background in LawTube, I probably would consider it. Although now that I'm thinking of it, Super Tips is the one by Patrick Melton, isn't it? Is he not in court? Is he not in court right now for stuff because of the super tips? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about super chats. But yeah, super tips. No, I won't. I won't wait. I won't think about super tips. No, no, no. I don't want to get caught up in anything. I'm on disability. I got nothing. If it turns out that's wrong and bad and there's tax shit involved, I don't want to be involved in it. So yeah. Also, the super tips, just as an aside, that really rubbed me the wrong way. It's Patrick Milton super tips. You can do it in a particular creator's voice. So you can type in your message, but it'll be delivered by an AI version of a particular creator's voice. And they did that with my favorite creator, Legal Vices, Jeff. I considered him a really good friend. And yeah, they started using his voice after he passed, and that bothered me. So no, yeah, I won't be doing super tips. But thank you. Practicing keeping your legs up, got to stay in shape. And I'm sure there's a certain someone who's got a lot of ideas on exercises that I can do that'll keep my legs up in the air to keep me in shape. I'm sure. There's something necroblood. Okay, I'm not sure, but Necro is a rapper and he sings really foul, filthy raps that I can't help but like some of the. um, if you're saying necrotic blood, I don't think so because that would, if my blood was going necrotic, there'd be a lot of other symptoms showing that. Numb isn't the pain I'm talking about. Pain like a hot needle poking in your eye. No, yeah, no. I don't have anything like that. My fibro pain doesn't feel like it, like a hot needle. So no, nothing like that. I do get, like I said, the pins and needles and the numbing through here, which comes up and through here, but no hot needles. No, no, no. Thank goodness. It feels like I'm walking on broken glass. A lot of the time, just normal walking hurts like a bitch. But thank God I don't have that hot needle feeling. Nope. Mom has some weird necro blood disease in her leg where they had to cut part of her calf out. Okay. Yeah, see, and I've had oh shit, what is that? When you've got a blood infection, not cirrhosis, it's crap. Either way, when you have an infection in your blood, and that'll create swelling. I had that on I had a sore on the bottom of my left foot. I didn't realize, and I walked in a bar in high-heeled open toes for a lot of a night, and it must have got some grime into the cut because, yeah, I was working on a film set, and suddenly my leg kept swelling and swelling and swelling, and it got to the point where it's swollen so much it was tight. Like the skin was tight. There wasn't any squish to it. It was tight and it was hot. It really hurt. There's no infections. I'm not having any symptoms of infection per se. Bruxism too. Oh, bruxism. Okay, is that the clenching, not the grinding? Because yeah, everyone grinds their teeth, but I don't. I've clenched them all my life, and it causes me migraines. And like I said, I assumed it was my fibro, so I didn't get it looked into, and I waited long enough that they had to actually pull the tooth. Um, because it was so infected. They were afraid that the infection was moving into the jawbone. But yeah, vitamin C in high doses when you have any tooth pain. Good to know. I do have vitamin C. Um, I also do have a cat sitting on the mouse. So let's do that. Thank you. Or are you going to move back over there? I'll put the mouse back here again. Don't sit on the keyboard. Damn it. So yeah, vitamin C, I can do that. I do take a little bit of vitamin C, but not a super high dose or anything. Mr. Q saying I can't type left-handed. Well, fair enough, but still, like I said, if you take your cast off, the very least, wrap it up tight to keep it stable. You don't want to have the broken bones moving against each other. So, I don't blame these immunity issues on physical activity. I've blamed the vax. Well, see, and I would too, but I never took it. I've got enough health issues that I've been dealing with for a long time that I thought, I'm smarter than this until there's 10, 15, 20 years of post usage, investigation. Until we see what is done, 10, 12, 15, 20 years after the fact. I don't want to know. I want to see what the side effects are. I'm not just going to throw it in here with all the other meds I'm already on, which, by the way, 4 out of the 7 meds that I take on the daily all promote weight gain, which I didn't know. Obviously, the weight gain it promotes is not what's causing this issue right now, because this is a sudden thing. But I didn't realize that like 4 different meds that I take at least once a day, if not twice, all promote weight gain, because that's, what I want to do. Oh, no to super tip. Yeah, no, I thought I was thinking super chat. I was thinking YouTube super chats. Me and Nikki sent and a message 5 and a message to me. Okay, thank you. And thank you, Mr. Q, by the way. I did see that and previously, and I appreciate the heck out of you guys. On that note, as an aside, okay, there it is. Where's the message? Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Q and Nikki. Thank you both. Thank you. I do choose to ignore it. I've also heard the stories about Canadian healthcare and the stupid long wait times. I've got a buddy, his dad has a hernia, belly hernia, and he'll be able to get in for surgery in the next 15 to 18 months. So he's going well over a year before he can get his hernia treated, surgically treated. So I'm expecting to hear from the specialists, but I'm not expecting to see them anytime soon. So as of this point, I am still planning to be able to be there for the Steel Toe anniversary show. I will be doing fundraising fun things in the month, throughout this month, to earn that money. Because I don't know how else to earn it. So I will be doing things like that. I really like the spinny wheel, and I can put random shots on the spinny wheel. I'll figure it out. I'll put some stuff on the spinning wheel. I'll make it fun. I'll make it fun, because I'm really hoping you guys can help with donations enough to get me there and back. Getting to Minnesota is great. being able to leave again is even better. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. And like I said, once our monthly fundraiser is done on Friday, then I will start to advertise get Digger across the continent kind of fundraisers. By me, technically his idea. Court has to do with Aaron's bogus HRO claim. I have no idea. The super tips was a part of the HRO claim. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I thought it was a whole different issue. But like I said, unfortunately, now that I realize it's super tips, not super chats, I won't do super tips because, like I said, they use Jeff's voice. And not only does it suck balls to suddenly out of nowhere hear my buddy's voice coming out at me, it seriously sucks big donkey balls to hear my dead buddy's voice coming out saying some of the worst shit that can be thought of to be said. So I appreciate it. I thank you for your offer of help. But I can't use it in good conscience. I can't use it. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Leafy greens, cruciferous veggies, ACV with lemon juice and warm water. Great for the lymphatic. Okay, thank you. I'm starring that so I can. Leafy greens, I know. And cruciferous, that shouldn't be so hard to say. Cruciferous veggies. I do also know, like, the my dad swears by, he does at night he fills a cup with water and he puts lemon and ginger slices in there and he just lets it sit on the counter. So first thing in the morning, that's what he's drinking, lemon and ginger water. It's room temperature. So I've done that in the past. I'm willing to start doing it again, but I will look into it. Like I said, my the diet thing that I'm going to try, it's 4 items: chicken, potatoes, broccoli, and carrots. They all fill a person quicker than other foods. I'm only going to be allowed to use seasonings, like salt. Well, I don't know about salt. I have to look into that. But pepper, sage, cinnamon, those sort of things. I can't use dressings, no dairy, which is going to suck balls. I love my dairy, but none of that. And that's going to sort of supposedly rebalance me. So doing the sepsis. Thank you, Atomic Ray. That was the word I was looking for, sepsis. I have dealt with that in my left leg. I know what it feels like. I know what it looks like. This is not that. It's definitely not sepsis. But thank you, because that word totally just disappeared. My brain wasn't going to give it back to me. Then again, you're the same person that thinks islands float. Very true. Very true, Mahmoud. I am the idiot who, for some reason, thought, and to be fair, to be exact, I was right. There are islands that float, but they're only islands that are made of like mangroves and the mangrove roots. And then it's like a mangrove forest that floats like an island. I swear, I could have sworn, proven wrong, but I could have sworn that there were islands that floated out in the Vancouver Island area. So yeah, that's on me. I am totally a dumbass. Very much a pothead. And when I'm not fat and swollen, I'm kind of cute. So that's what gets me past the other things. Yeah, sepsis is a blood infection. Yeah. Baby Gray Horse is so smart and funny. Colby is a good name for him. Aw. See, and that would be really cool to be able to come and see your horses. That'd be, I'd love to be able to do that. Go out for a horse ride is even better. Y'all got teeth still. Fancy. I got most of them. Like I said, I lost the one because I thought it was fibro. It turned out it was bone infection in the bone, and then I lost the one beside it for the same reason. It had gone too far, um, so they had to take it too, which sucks. But yeah, for the most part, I've still got all my teeth, which is great because I paid a fuck ton of money in my very early 20s to make them straight and break my jaw and reset it and do all sorts of things to make them look good. So the clenching is bruxism. Okay. Grinding is a severe case of. Okay. It's called cloth and duct tape. It'll heal anything, a little bit of antibiotic salve and some hydrogen peroxide or a good bottle of whiskey. All right. I'm not sure what we're talking about specifically, but if we're still talking about my tooth, other than the hydrogen peroxide, I did try that because I thought it was fibro. I just, not a cloth and duct tape, but I did do compression. I did do my heating pad, which is my best friend, and some antibiotics. And it, once they took the bad tooth out, it was fine. Oh, well, just asking how the garden bug problem is going. Well, it's like this. My pumpkins, there are none. My spaghetti squash and other squash, gone. Zucchini, I am still holding out the least little bit of like maybe in a miracle, in a whopping change of events, maybe just maybe I might be able to get some fruit, but at this point I don't think I'm getting any zucchini off the plants. However, I got on top of the issue with the flower quickly enough. I might have been able to save my bell peppers. So what I'm doing now is I've got to find I've got to find 3 pots large enough, and then I'm just going to take the bell peppers right out of the ground, put them in a pots and bringing them up onto my deck here. I've already got my most of my strawberries are up here and my beefsteak tomato is up here. So bringing the bell pepper plants up here wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world to do. I have to get the pots is all. And considering the fact that my neighbor on the shady side on the other building, she's already got banana peppers showing up, and I haven't got any fruit on my bell peppers. I'm thinking I need to move them fairly soon. So hopefully I will be able to save the bell peppers. My sweet peas, my peas are doing brilliantly. They're climbing all over everything. A little bit longer, and they'll start fruiting or vegging. Our peas don't have seeds, right? So they're veg. But either way, peas in a pod, sweet peas, they're working. But that's about it. I'm down to my berries. And crossing fingers on the bell peppers. But on that note, I've got so many berries. I don't know what to do with myself. I've got like raspberries and blackberries. I've got blueberries. I've got mulberries. Berries coming out my ass. Strawberries. My strawberries up here have started. They kept throwing out. Oh shit! What are they called? Not stringers. When a plant will send out like really long tendrils so that they can plant themselves and create another new plant elsewhere. There's a term for it. My brain is farting right now, but it was trying to do that, so I kept clipping them off, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay. So you just want the fruit from us. So now it's starting to do that again, and I'm quite excited. If I can have a handful of berries in my oatmeal or my cereal every morning, that would be awesome, especially considering I'm not getting zucchinis, because I'm known for my zucchini. I grow a shit ton of zucchini normally, and for the most part they're about that long and almost as wide. They're good. Not tons of flavor, but zucchini doesn't have a lot of flavor anyways. Really great for baking bread. My neighbor was not really too worried. She's like, you're having trouble with the garden. with the grasshopper. So that sucks. And I said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a single zucchini, which means no zucchini bread. And that triggered her. At that point, she realized just what a horrible thing it was. Just how badly the grasshoppers had screwed us this year. She doesn't really care about the veg growing in the garden, but she sure as shit loves her zucchini bread. A cast is so gross when it gets this hot. Sweating your arm off in a fiberglass cast sucks when it's like 98 degrees. Yeah, and you lose an awful lot of muscle in a short time being in a cast, whether it's an arm or a leg or whatever. Yeah, the degradation is very fast with a cast. Besides, I spilled hydraulic oil on my cast, so it was even nastier. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, then yeah. At that point, I'd probably have cut it off too, but then I also probably would have gone back to the hospital and gotten a different, like a working worker man's cast or something, you know? What the fuck again? Between the price and the wait time for us, you'd rather be your own doctor. I know. It's really unfortunate. It's a buddy's dad. He's mid 60s. You know, he's worked hard all his life. He gets this hernia, which is it's sucky. You know, he can wear the belt and hold it in place, and he can do light duty, but he works to clean the highways and whatnot. If there's roadkill, if there are trees that have fallen over into the highways and the byways, that's what he does. He fills in potholes, gets the salt machine out when you've got to salt snow. That's what he does. So putting him on light duties has really restricted his potential for working quite a bit. And to have to wait 15 to 18 months with a herniated belly, um, just for the surgery, yeah, that sucks ass. But again, that's why I'm thinking that, you know, more likely than not, as long as I don't miss an appointment with a specialist, more likely than not, I'll still have plenty of time to come for the August 8th and visit and be back long before I actually get in to see a specialist. So, um, it is a minute and 10 or an hour and 10 minutes in. I have to go pee. I stopped drinking coffee because of all this. Stopped drinking coffee to cut back, not just on the caffeine, but on the sugar. But because of that, I've gone through this is probably bottle number or refill number 6. I have to pee like a freaking racehorse. So I will trust you guys because I do. There's not a ton of you. I will trust you guys to keep it not get kicking me out of a streaming platform. And I will be right back. All right. So sorry about that. You gotta go, right? uh If I can fix an animal, I can fix myself, right? Right? I mean, we're basically the same. For the when it comes to bones and stuff, like we're yeah. Um I'm no dairy for my joints, stomach, and kidneys. I miss it so much. Yeah, see, I was born lactose intolerant. I couldn't even drink my mom's breast milk. I was on goat milk for all of my babyhood, most of my toddler years. Um, and then when we moved to the coast, I started using lactate milk or lactate pills when I was out and about. And slowly over the years, I've if not grown out of it, I've at least built up a tolerance. So most days nowadays, especially in the summertime, it's been long enough now. I'm able to do a bowl of cereal in the morning and the occasional bowl of ice cream at night, which is thrilling to me because that was not a thing I could do for a long time. So yeah, I really feel for you. Dairy, I cut out pork for religious reasons, and that hurt. That was a big change in my life, but nowhere near as much as losing dairy would be. I eat cheese daily. Um, yeah, I eat cheese daily when I can afford it. I love to have a bowl of cereal, but even if I'm not having cereal, a bowl of oatmeal in the morning needs that milk. Um, and ice cream is my biggest weakness. Look up Texas or Michigan floating islands, plus half the county that I'm born in, Minnesota, is a floating bog. Really? Okay, so good. See, Mahmoud. It was a dumb statement that I made, but it wasn't completely false. Mostly false. And like I said, I could have sworn that there was a couple of islands that made up there's a bunch of islands that make up Vancouver Island. It's a singular island, but there are plural islands all around it. And I could have sworn a few of them were floating. Um, so yeah, I am a little bit thick, but it turns out they're just from trying to save face. I found out that the mangrove islands actually float. So some of them float. Just depends what they're made of. Living without cheese is torture, right? I love my like aged cheddar cheese. I will eat it on its own. I will put it on wheat thin crackers and microwave it for a few seconds so that it melts and gets all crunchy crispy. Um, Grilled cheese sandwiches. I love it with honey, with apple slices, graham cracker, you know, or just a hunk of cheese that I can just eat. I love cheese and I love my cheddar. And if I could not have that anymore, I don't know that life would be worth living if I had to lose all my dairy. The South Mississippi heat have fried most of my garden except peppers and sweet potatoes. Yeah, I'm for me it's grasshoppers and crickets. Apparently there is a huge grasshopper infestation in the western North America of the North American continent, which where I'm BC. I'm as far west as you can get before you hit ocean. So yeah, we've got an influx and it's affecting a lot of people. I'm not the only one locally who has had issues. Um, if it were earlier in the season, I might have tried to get the money together and buy new plants and put the netting over them. Um, it would have meant I'd have to um, self pollinate the zucchinis and stuff, the squashes. But if it had been earlier in the season, I probably would have done it. But at this point, I'm just gonna. I've got no money. I've got no growing time. I'm just gonna go with what I've got and cross fingers that what I've got will survive. And like I said, I'm gonna have a whole ton of peas. So peas and berries. That'll be, if that's all I get, it's better than nothing. You got a ton of food out of it already. Well, that's good. That's good. See, and that's the thing. We're almost mid-July here. There it's way too late. Even though our growing I'm in British Columbia and I'm in the Okanagan Valley, one of the best places for growing food. Um and so we have it our season starts sooner than a lot of people in North America and it ends later than a lot of people in North America. But even with that, it's just it's too late at this point to start over again, which really sucks because I love my zucchinis. I can freeze it, I can bake with it, I can just eat it raw. I can, you know, it's gifts for neighbors. Whenever anything is happening, it's yeah, I love my zucchinis. Mr. Q, the farmer, does thing on like large scale. So he's starting the carrots harvest in probably 7 to 10 days. Almost 80 acres of carrots. That's awesome. I pray the price is 22 an acre. That would be awesome. I didn't bother doing any carrots because I decided to put seeds in the I've got one raised garden section and it's got chicken wire around it. So I did a bunch of seeds of zucchini and stuff in there. And I figured once I transplanted it out of there into the main garden, I could then put my carrots where the seeds were. But the grasshoppers ate all the seeds, all of my little guys that came up. The grasshoppers ate them all, and I was just so disheartened. There's no point in putting carrots out there because I don't at this point I don't want to put something else out there and have it fail too. It's just so disheartening. Um, it really is. And like I said, I'm gonna be so upset that I don't get a single zucchini. The pea is the seed. I know, right? That's the great thing. Last year I found out that if you plant broccoli and it grows and you harvest it, if you just leave the plant, if you don't knock the plant down at the end of the season, if you just leave it, it'll actually flower and make its own seeds. So I'm hoping, well, actually, no, at this point, I can't even hope that. I was going to say, I'm hoping that maybe one of the broccolis makes it, but no, it would have come up by now. Yeah. With all the watering that I've been doing. Yeah. Veggies have the seeds. I thought fruits had the seeds. That's why a tomato is a fruit because it has seeds. Strawberries are fruit because it has seeds. I do still have my tomato. I've got one beefsteak tomato plant that I've got up here with my strawberries, and I've got my first beefsteak tomato. And like days ago, it was the size of my pinky finger, like the nail on my pinky finger, and now it's this big, and which you can't tell. It's skin on skin. That's really hard to judge. Yeah, it's freaking growing. I've had a lot of trouble with my beefsteak tomatoes. I have not yet been able to make one proper beefsteak size. So I have hopes for this plant this year. I put click on the button. There we go. Put a year's worth of tomatoes in the freezer and a bunch of green beans. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't have that space. This is my entire apartment. From the tile, you can see the tile floor. From that over is half, and then I've got the same again, half in tile floor and kitchen cupboards. I've got a bedroom back there, but it's tiny, and a bathroom. It's a 3-piece bathroom. It's a nice sized bathroom, but I don't have anywhere to put a freezer, unfortunately. I would love to be able to put up preserves and can a bunch of stuff and store them in the pantry. I would love to be able to, freeze a bunch of shit and throw it in the freezer so that, middle of winter, I can pull stuff out. I can't, there's nowhere for me to store it, unfortunately. So my garden is only ever enough to keep me in vegetables for the season. There's never been really enough for me to freeze, although the berries are doing freaking amazing this year. I might well be able to freeze up a bunch of berries um, for the middle of winter, which would be nice. It would be very nice to have something to show for it all. Growing plants that make men jealous. Peas? I'm 15 minutes behind, so maybe not the peas, but still. Zucchini. Oh, yes. Yes. Zucchini. Large zucchini. Yes. Okay. I gotcha. Making men jealous. Yes, I do. But I've got a lot of my neighbors. They've just come to expect that there will be zucchini bread showing up at their place at some point or another in the summer from me, because I end up growing so much freaking zucchini. I there's too much. I can't do anything with everything, so I end up baking a lot and handing it out to the neighbors. But there's no I I really doubt there's going to be zucchini this year. Mm. Um, Mr. Q is saying you were right. Pumpkin legs are called tendrils. Okay, thank you, tendrils. Yeah, no, there's a whole lot of nothing. Go, Boo Cat, get your food. I have 3 cats, probably as spoiled as you. Meow, buddy. I know they are spoiled rotten. I decided because they kept walking across the table. Um, I would allow it as long as they just walked across the table. And then they started trying to walk across the table while I was doing dabs and using my big torch, which is a no no. They also started trying to walk across the table when I was eating. Big no no. So I got tired and I said, fuck it, no more cats on the table. Uh, Table. This is what I got. It's a cat curled up on said table. So I force cuddle her because she does not like to be held. So I just hold her. I'm not like squeezing. She could get out if she really, really had to. But this is her punishment because she keeps walking onto the table and then just sitting there. Um, so I force cuddle her for a bit. And once she stops fighting to get away, I will let her go. Um, I kind of thought she would have learned by now, but she hasn't. So she's a willful bitch. But that's my boobers. Hey, no, look at the camera. Yeah, can you look at the camera? Kind of looking in the camera. She's like, I'm so choked. Leave me alone, woman. Just put me down already. Oh, and here's sweets. She doesn't mind being held as much, um, but she likes to climb onto my back. Isn't that right? Hey, isn't that right? I like to climb onto my back and sit there, and then I have to stand bent over in half. But yes, I know you guys are hungry. 40 minutes. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. I'd wait the 2 years instead of the 5 years of the increased premiums and continuing medical bills in the mail. I'm not sure what you're talking about. That was not that long ago. I should know, but I don't. So I'm sorry, Tom Gray. 2 years increased premiums. Continuing. Yeah, see, because that's neither of those things. I mean, yes, we have health insurance, and yes, of course, there are premiums with the health insurance, but it's not an issue for me. I'm on disability, so my all of my medical is fully covered. Um, so there's no, thank God, there's no medical bills in the mail showing up and saying you owe an extra few thousand. Nope, you can leave a message. That might well be one of the special. Well, no, there's no way that's a specialist. That's definitely a guy trying to sell me shit. I got smart on my phone, my answering machine for the voicemail. I said, please leave your name or please leave a voicemail. If you don't, I will not call you back. And that's made a huge difference on the amount of people I have to deal with. It was, I wish I'd done it years ago. Anyone got any jokes? Uh-oh. Right? While I'm gone. Time to get crazy. And Mr. Q saying, I'll behave. I trust you. I trusted you guys, and I was really, really quick. So, I miss cream cheese and sour cream. Yeah, sour cream. See, that's one of the things that's really got me because um the diet is what is it's chicken, potatoes, broccoli, and carrots, and seasonings, um, like powdered seasonings. There's no dips. There's no sour creams. There's no cream cheeses. There's no jams and jellies and none of that. It's chicken, potatoes, broccoli, and carrots, and whatever seasonings I can find. Uh, so I am definitely going to miss that. I love, one of the best things ever is a big jacket potato that's been baked really nicely, and then you slice it open and you open it up and you put your butter in, and then you put your whatever, like chives or whatever in there. You put your sour cream on top and salt and pepper on top of all of that. Oh, what a great meal. And I will definitely be missing my cheeses, my sour creams and such. Vanilla ice cream is the best heart health diet item. I didn't know that. I did find out yesterday, thanks to a friend who is very lucky she's still a friend. I'm just teasing. But no, she decided to fill me in on the fact that gelatin, 9 times out of 10, is made with pork or parts of pork, which in theory means I can't have it. Which is scary because gelatin's in a lot of shit. They put it in everything. So I'm really hoping this Sabbath I can talk to my pastor and I can say, okay, look, this is the information I've been giving. I've checked it out. It is correct. Please tell me that they have processed it enough before that gets into the gelatin or whatever, that it's okay for me to eat. Because if my pastor says, nope, you can't have gelatin either, I'm going to be really, really sad. I'm going to be a really sad person. A lot of stuff I love has the gelatin in it. I can dig down 6 feet anywhere but on a hill and hit water. I cannot. I cannot. And digging even 3 feet anywhere around here is a bitch and a half. That's how I had the bulging disc in my low back, my L4, L5. I was digging in the land here. It is all red baked clay, and ginormous boulders. And I've been trying to clear out a section on my mom's property. I was doing really great, but I ended up giving myself a bulging disc trying to move one boulder that it was a bit too big. There is no water. Any water that is around, it's already been tapped into. It's nothing but hard baked red clay and ginormous boulders around here. My garden patch that I have, I add, well, shoot, the first year I had to put like 8 bags of soil into the hole that I dug. And then I mixed that with what was left of the soil, the natural soil. Every year after, I've added 5 new bags of good soil, and break it in, mix it all up really good. But the clay is so bad and so strong around here that once it's rained or it's watered, I can go out to my garden and I can dig under like that much and just start flipping it up and digging huge sections of clay that is baked on the top level of my garden. So I have to like dig those out and chuck them in a pile so that the vegetables can actually grow, because the soil is so bad right here. It's so bad. I know the Okanagan is a beautiful place for all sorts of growing of vegetables and fruits and apple trees and vineyards and that thing and this, that, and the other. But the soil is a bitch. I don't know how they've managed to do so well in it, because the dirt sucks. Support your local dairy farmers. Eat all the dairy you can. Cheese and ice cream and milk are wonderful. I know. I love it. I love it. Armstrong cheese has been a worldwide or world award winning cheese for decades. And the town of Armstrong is like half an hour drive from here, 45-minute drive, you know. And back in the day, you could go to the Armstrong store, which was attached to the plant, and you could take a tour and watch as all the different machines worked to create the different dairy products, the cheeses and this and that. You could watch the people working at it, and to this day, even though you can't see as many people working, you can still go to the store anytime and get yourself some nice squeaky cheese and come home and make yourself a lovely poutine. Um, Definitely, I support my local dairy farmers as much as I possibly can. And you're right, Laura. You're right. Some years you just have to say, nature wins. And I'll try next season. And I will. But yeah, that's basically that's this year's growing season. This year will be fruit only. Last year I had zucchini coming out my butt. But my bell peppers didn't show up till late in the season, and I went out of town for like a month. So my neighbors got to take advantage of my bell peppers last year. But other than the zucchini and the bell peppers, nothing grew last year but flowers. So this year with the grasshoppers, there's not really going to be a whole lot of veg. But I got so many berries coming out, and the sweet peas, they can't not grow. So I'll have a lot of those that I can freeze up and put aside. One of my neighbors has just inherited a deep freeze. So he's given me permission to freeze whatever I want and toss it in his deep freeze, which is lovely because we've been talking for years. A bunch of us neighbors, we've all lived here for, 5, 8, 10 years or more. So we've known each other a long time. And we've often talked about the cost of beef and how it's ridiculous. And wouldn't it be great if we could all pitch in and just get one cow, and have one cow butchered and done up in all the bits. And then we all pitch in for the different, the bits. But none of us have a space to store an entire freaking cow. But now, thanks to the fact that he's got his deep freeze, there's enough neighbors with deep freezes that we could actually house an entire processed cow and keep it frozen. So that's might be something that we get to do this fall. Pitch in on a single cow, and that would be lovely because I paid $40 for 2 steaks that were not great. They weren't awful. They were steaks meant to be eaten as steaks. They weren't like stewing beef or something like that. They were actual steaks. But it's $40 for 2 steaks is just too much. And if we can manage to share it out and all of us go in on one single cow, then that's going to be like 5 or 6 households that have beef for a year. So that's what I'm hoping for. Mr. Q is saying $22 a bushel is what I need, about $3,200 an acre to break even. I eat my broccoli leaves. I did too. I like them. Yeah, as much as the florets. Yes, and there's an awful lot of earwigs where I live. It's a heck of a lot easier to clean out and just chop up some of the broccoli leaves. Many times I've thought I've cleaned out the broccoli florets well enough only to find an earwig on my plate as I'm cutting into it, or not nice. So yeah, I appreciated the florets more because I didn't have to worry, the leaves more because I didn't have to worry about earwigs hiding in them. I know it's just more protein, but use them like collards, chard, or kale. Yeah. Canning season is approaching the Grand Forks. Yeah. See, and I would love if I could actually get my garden to produce. Then I would love to learn how to can. Because that would help me phenomenally. My pantry is the death stairs right behind me. That's the railing. The front door is on this wall here, right down there. There's no landing. There's just stairs, and then the door opens. Um, so you open the door and you have to step onto stairs to get into the house, which is kind of annoying and la la la, but makes for a really wonderful pantry. So if I could start growing enough to be able to can it, that would be so much fun. I would be thrilled. Hello, lass. How you doing? Lady Autumn Sky is in the house. Good to see you. Those old ladies got it down to factory type canning process. I know, I know. My grandma used to can, but grandma died when I was in grade 8, or no, probably grade 10. But still, she had spent the last 4 or 5 years prior to that living in Calgary, so I didn't get to see her very much. And by that time, she wasn't doing her canning anymore. But she used to. I remember grandma's house. She had her cold storage closet. It was a lovely walk-in closet, only instead of clothes hanging and shoes, it was all canned goods. And everything was labeled and dated, and everything was, first in, first out, rotated properly. And it was so lovely. I would love to be able to have a bunch of canned goods like that. Not to worry if the shit hit the fan. I'd have my own stuff. Good luck with the no cats on the table, right? I know. I used to keep them off the table as we speak, keeping the cats off the table. Yeah, it used to be not as big a deal because I just threw all the junk on the kitchen table. There you go. See, just relax. Yeah. I used to throw the junk on the kitchen table. I didn't eat off of it, so it didn't really matter. Okay, where are you going? Yeah, but where are you going? Thank you. Keep going. Keep. There's no space for them, but since I moved my computer onto the table and I use the place, I actually sit and eat at the table now, like a good grown up should. But yeah, they're not willing to give up their table seating area. Lass is saying, I love zucchini. I should try to grow some, but a garden seems like a lot of work outside. Like Mo in the deep end says, I'm more of an indoor cat. Fair enough. I love digging in the dirt. And when it comes to gardens and growing stuff, zucchini is probably one of the easiest things to grow. There's really not a whole lot of care that needs to be given to it. You put it in the ground, you make sure it gets its water, and it fruits. So yeah, if you're more of an indoor cat type of gal, zucchini would be a good thing for you to plant because it really doesn't take much effort. Like I said, the only reason I'm having issues at all this year is because the West Coast is apparently being taken over by grasshoppers and crickets. So what veg is left in my garden is covered in all-purpose flour because apparently the grasshoppers and crickets, they'll bite the leaves and try to eat it, but the flour on the leaf gets gummy, so they won't eat it anymore. And I mean, it sounds like a good theory, and it worked in parts. I think it probably would have worked better for my zucchini if I had gotten on it sooner, but by the time I got on it, they were already so eaten. Yeah, nothing this year. Mr. Q says Nikki gets mad because she thinks that Misty Gray is more spoiled than she is. Well, and that might be the case, but that is the beauty of being a cat. You will be spoiled. You will be spoiled a lot. And partners must understand that the cat comes first because the cat will not allow anything other than me coming first. Me being them. So yeah, they will come first. You just really have to hope that you find yourself a partner that your cat also likes. Good name for a cinnamon roll cat. I know, and she's still a roll. She's still tubby. It's cute. Yeah, Boo was getting really skinny, like I could feel her spine. It was not good. Now it's nice. I can pet her. There's like the spine is there, but I don't feel every single ridge. However, that same diet has not helped Sweets to get back into fighting fit. That's I don't know how she ends up putting on weight. Um, she gets a measured amount of food, just like Sweet or just like Boo does. They get measured amounts of food. I don't understand how she could be fat and she could be uber skinny, but it is what it is. Okay, well then get off. Go all the way. Thank you. That's the oh, I can open that now. That's the cat TV right there. It's it's only 20 to 6 where I'm at, and the wildlife is having a grand old time still. AP is saying I was in an important meeting during the COVID times. My boxer, who was still alive, decided she wanted petting and climbed on my lap where my laptop was. Had to scramble to get her off my computer. No kidding. Boxers are not small dogs. Oh my goodness. Love a good bottle of Pinot Noir and a piece of chicken. I'm not a huge wine girl. If I'm going to be an alcohol snob, I'm a beer snob. Um, I really love the different beers. Um, but yeah, I'm you can't eat anything good besides beef, right? It comes from the bone, so use agar-agar if you can't have gelatin, right? Um, I've seen that there are substitutions, but a lot of the stuff that I just buy from the store that's pre-processed and all of the wonderful the iced milk that I buy um apparently has it in there. So I'm really going to cross fingers and toes that my pastor says, "Oh, don't worry, it's been so processed by that time. I don't think God's going to hold it against you." Because I kind of hope I would like to think that God, as I know him, wouldn't hold it against me. Because I know he's not going to hold me guilty for things I didn't know were wrong, for doing things that I didn't know were wrong. The problem is now that my friend has told me that gelatin has pork in it, now I know it's wrong. So now I should cut out anything that has gelatin. And I really don't want to do that. So I'm hoping my pastor will say, "Oh, don't worry about it." I didn't eat gelatin till I was an adult and found Jello shooters made out of Jello jigglers. Showing my age, they don't make the jigglers anymore. Oh, I remember the jigglers. Yes, yes, yes. It was funny too because I was saying the most more often than not when I'm using the gelatin, I'm either making jam, like preserves or something, or I used a ton of it when I was still doing special effects makeup. Gelatin is one of the cheapest mediums that you can use to create built pieces that would then be mounted on the body, the face, or the wherever. Um, my first special effects final exam, I turned my father into an orc, and it was amazing. I loved it so much. Had to airbrush all the stuff. I couldn't just, put on the makeup. I had to use the airbrush. For that, I used a shit ton of gelatin, like got to be a pound or two of gelatin with cotton balls placed in it while it was still a liquid, and using that to create the Cro-Magnon sort of bulbous forehead, and built him a whole new nose that was much wider and flatter. Thanks to my orthodontist, they made the mold of my dad's teeth and gave that mold to me, which I was then able to use to make the negative of the orc teeth. And then when I was able to remove those, it would fit perfectly on my dad's upper and lower teeth. But I had built the teeth themselves, which was really cool. It accidentally made it a little large, and so it forced my dad to drool a bit. But seeing as he was an orc, the drool kind of fit with the rest of the design. But yeah, the bulk of his forehead, his nose, um, knuckles, that sort of thing, it was all built with the gelatin and cotton balls. Oh, I saw that. Last is saying I made a red, white, and blue Jello mold for the fourth. Never made one before. I saw your pictures of it, and it looked awesome. Do you how do you do the layers? Do you have to make the first color layer and let it set up and everything, and then pour the second layer in and let it set in the fridge, and then do the like? Does it have to be step by step like that, or do you make them each separately and then place them? I don't know. They looked really nice though, even if they were slightly off center from the plates. Mr. Q says, I've turned soil in over 22 states. Not even 2 months ago, I built a driveway going to a mountain cabin, South Dakota, at 3,800 feet. Nice. Nice. I just saw uh, Knox Mountain is a mountain local to my area. And apparently their caretaker is retiring after 22 years. They were the first person to ever hold that position. And now the city of Kelowna is debating whether or not they're going to replace them with someone else, or if they're just going to get rid of that job position. The locals, of course, want them to replace him with someone else. The position comes with a beautiful cabin. We're at the very top of Knox Mountain. And I thought, that would be that would be a lovely job. That would be so much fun being caretaker of a wildlife reserve in a mountain. I got to keep my eyes on the dirt bikers and the 4x4s. There's an accident, I'd have to be, on top of it and calling in whoever. Living there as you did, you see the fires before anyone else sees a fire starting. So it's a great first line of defense against forest fires and that sort of thing. So it sounded like a wonderful job. And it comes complete with a beautiful, huge, beautiful cabin right at the very top of the mountain. I thought, oh, if I was healthy, if I was still in my 20s, that would have been a job I would kill to do. So much fun. Cow shit is how farmers quickly get their soil ready for nitrogen, but all the other nutrients come from decomposed organic greens. Yeah, I've got my own little compost section. It's mostly composting grass clippings, and then at the end of the season, everything I cut back at end of season, I'll mix in with it. There's not a whole lot to compost where I'm at. It's a teeny tiny little space. But yeah, I can fertilize. I'm very, very loath to use pesticides though, because not only are there a ton of neighborhood cats that come through, but there's all sorts of other wildlife. There's, ducks and geese and herons. There are raccoons and beavers and fish and deer and all sorts of really great wildlife that come through my area, even though I live in the ghetto. So I'm really loath to use pesticides and oh, you two, hey, piss off. No fighting. You'll eat in 12 minutes. Sorry. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to call it, and whatever I get out of whatever's left in my garden is going to be wonderful. I've just got to accept that there will not be zucchinis, there will not be pumpkins or spaghetti squashes or, anything like that. If you're throwing out the greens from your kitchen, you're throwing away the best soil you can have. Yeah. Yeah. And I do that, the little pail, for your compostables, got the little pail that locks the smell in and stuff. But again, I don't create a whole lot, so it doesn't really help a whole lot. You can't buy a quarter beef or a half a beef. We could, but there's nowhere to store it. Like I said, we needed, now that he's gotten his full-size deep freeze, there's 3 separate households that each have a full size deep freeze, which is enough to house a full cow. So we definitely have enough for a quarter of a cow or half a cow. But yeah, now that he's gotten his deep freeze, okay, you know what? Yeah, I thought so. See, we cat owners, we do this. Oh, we threaten to throw things at the cats. It will not hurt anyone at all. It's a freaking grooming glove, but it sometimes startles them enough to stop them. Oh, go boo. Anyways, fun with cats. Anyways, now we've got 3 full deep freezes. We can get an entire cow, which will help because we've got what, 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, most of the houses, most of the units in my complex will be going in on parts of an entire cow. So we needed to have the space to freeze it all, which we now have. My soil is okay, says Laura. So my chickens get my greens. Oh, okay. See, and I'm allowed to have chickens. Technically, I can have chickens, but in reality, there's too much wildlife. There's deers and coyotes and raccoons and all sorts. So there's no point in my trying to do chickens too. They'd be gotten from the eggs at the very least would be gotten, and the chickens probably too. So Lass is saying I haven't drank in over 20 years. I have 7-year-old twins that needed to be able to eat it. Oh, okay. You're talking about the greens. Or maybe the beef. Sorry. There's plenty of videos on canning on the YouTube digger. I know there's plenty. And if I ever start making enough of a harvest to be worthy of canning, I will do so. I don't see the point in canning vegetables that I've bought from the Walmart. They're rubbery. They don't feel right. They don't go off as often as they should or as soon as they should. I eat them because I have to. I don't have a choice, but I wouldn't want to do any canning with Walmart style vegetables. Like I said, normally the vegetables that I grow during the summer are enough to keep me in vegetables for the summer, and then I have to buy for the other 3 seasons. I love the fact that Nikki's mom and aunt make the kids help and learn the past, hopefully for the future, right? And that is a key. A lot of us, even at our age, in our 40s, we don't know near as much about surviving on the land as our grandparents or our great grandparents knew. And for the little amount we know, we can still survive. I don't know that the youngest generations would be able to survive if we lost all of electricity and shit went, shit hit the fan. A lot of the younger generations probably wouldn't make it. I have a tiny Rumble channel just for funsies, says Laura. It's 95% about my garden. I noticed that too. Oh, and good, Dom. I'm sorry, I'm behind in chat, but I just clicked over to the Rumble chat and I see you're there. Hello, Dom. How you doing? Yeah, not much does deter grasshoppers. They're the diatomaceous earth was a suggestion. Sorry, but it is rather expensive, surprisingly. Yeah, see, tomato bragging. I can't do that yet. Oh, and you traded all your tomatoes for blueberries. Oh, lovely, lovely. See, I just inherited all of my berry bushes and my including 3 blueberry bushes. So I am really excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to do some jam the end of season, there's going to be some lovely stuff. um, Here we go. Make sure I do this right. Boop, boop, boop. Paste there. So this should share to everyone. But it didn't share. I thought it should share everywhere, but for whatever reason, it won't share on Rumble itself. Out. No, not outer. Out. There we go. So for gardening fun, go check out Laura's channel. I remember I was looking over it last week when we first met at Dom's channel. I checked it out, and yeah, really nice. Very, very jealous. My garden, my vegetable patch is nowhere near that large. I don't have the space yet. But I did just inherit a whole bunch of stuff. One of the neighbors moved out and left me not only the raised beds with the protective chicken wire and all that stuff, but left me all the berry bushes. So I've got berries all over the place now. I'll definitely be able to make some jams this year. Yeah. Mr. Q says, when I was young, I was a young kid. Being a farmer when I was teenager, I didn't want anything to do with Carmen. I tried to get away from me as possible, still didn't work. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Q. I feel like I'm kind of stepping in. I'm seeing it. Okay, because of that still doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. I don't know who Carmen is. But yeah, Laura's Rumble is really great. She's got stuff she's gathered from her garden or cooked from her garden. It's lovely. I'm very envious. I would love to be able to have gardens like that at some point. If you could put a very thick layer of mulch leaves over your garden and give it a heavy dose of lawn lime pellets for the winter, you can start building your till-free garden. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of leaves. I can definitely do that. Lawn lime pellets. Okay. Good to know. Dawn soap spray on the insects. I haven't done it on these ones only because I've used the Dawn soap spray before, but on plants that are outside, I find it tends to burn the leaves. Even when they're not wet, the soap film causes a burn to the leaves. So I haven't actually done that yet. There's so few leaves left. That's why I don't think I'm going to get any zucchini. Those grasshoppers, it's like my pumpkins and my spaghetti squash, that sort of thing. The root ball is there. The stems are there. They've just eaten the meat of the leaves off. So there's just a bunch of empty stems. So there's not really anything to spray the Dawn soap on anyways. But yeah, not much deters grasshoppers. Maybe the diatomaceous earth. I had read about that, but that was way too expensive for my disability pocketbook. So I tried the flour instead, and it did seem to help a bit. It slowed them down quite a bit. I think maybe had I done that, had I known it was going to be an issue and been on top of them right from the get-go, I probably could have saved the zucchinis, maybe even the pumpkin and squash with the flour. It was just, it happened so suddenly. It was like overnight. They looked beautiful and just planted. Everything's gorgeous and green. And I went out the next morning to water, and there's leaves are gone. Nothing but bare sticks coming out. It's disappointing, but what can you do? Mr. Q says my cats all got super fat about the time that kids started being around them all the time. Go, oh, Nikki. Oh, I was not saying the word because I thought maybe it misspelled a bad word, but no, I see what you're saying. My cats all got super fat around the same time that Nikki's kids started being around them all the time. Go figure, right? No, Sweets is just a little pudgy, just a little bit pudgy. Um, Not enough to be a health issue at all, but definitely noticeable when Boo, wherever she went to, was getting so skinny that I could feel each vertebrae in her spine. It was definitely more noticeable then. Pork fat makes good oil, and to get whale oil, you need to be by the ocean. Yes, whale oil makes even better fuel. Just so I understand correctly, what are your religious dietary restrictions? I'm unfamiliar. Are you like Jewish, no pork, or full vegetarian? Yeah, in theory, like a true Seventh Day Adventist should be vegetarian, if not vegan. Um, I am going by God's like the Leviticus laws to a certain extent. I won't eat any of the animals, fish, otherwise that he said were not good, right? Cloven foot and chew the cud is okay, but just cloven foot or just chewing the cud is not good meats. So I've kind of gone that way. That being said, God did say at one point that he gave us the unclean, or he gave us the other meats to eat because he kind of knew that we weren't going to be able to survive on veg alone. Um, I will never give up my beef. I can't. Giving up pork was so hard. It was so hard. It changed so many different aspects of my life. Um, but I never thought of stuff like gelatin, which has so uber processed the stuff, but it is still coming originally from pork. I never got that down and gritty with it. Like I said last night, a friend of mine who may not always be a friend if she keeps telling me stuff like this. But she filled me in on the fact that pork is used to make gelatin. Um, and so that kind of worried me. Like I said, I'm really hoping that it's been processed so much that I don't have to worry about it because gelatin's in everything, like everything. So I really hope, you know, but I can't give up all the meats. I love my beef. I eat a ton of chicken. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely not a full vegetarian. Um, but yeah, I do try to stay away from the unclean meats. It's really nice, or rather, it's really easy for me. Um, I'm allergic to fish. I've tried halibut and tuna and salmon. I've tried cod. Um, I've tried lobster and crab. I don't know if I ever tried shrimp, but all the ones that I did try, I got very, very sick on. Not rashes and swelling. For me, it was very much an upset stomach that just wouldn't stop. It was very much a both end sort of thing. So I just don't eat anything that lives in the water anymore, which made it really easy when I decided to start following the dietary laws from the Bible. The only thing that really hurt me was cutting out pork because I love bacon. I really love bacon, so that was tough to get rid of. But yeah, I sure hope that gelatin isn't going to count because that would make me so sad. Okay, so you have to let each layer set, and then you can pour the next layer on because I know it's supposed to be like mixed with boiling water. So I guess as the one layer is setting, the next layer's been mixed and it's cooling, so that when you pour the next layer on top, the boiling water doesn't melt the bottom layer. But then after the final pour, you just let it sit overnight. That's cool. It looked really nice, professionally done. And I'm sure it tasted great because Jello always does. Oh, good. See, we've already got people subbing to Laura over on the Rumbles. That's good. I didn't have a cake platter to put it on, so the only plate I had was square. The plate slipped on the flip, so it was off center from the plate. You'll have to get a proper plate for it. But you know what? Little off center is no big. It's not like it was like leaning off or anything. It was just a little off center, and it doesn't matter the presentation. If it tastes good, that's what people remember. It can look gorgeous. If it tastes like shit, that's what people will remember. Tasted awful. Not that it looked great. So yours looked great, and it looked like it probably tasted just as good. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Mr. Q is saying goodbye, and that means it's already that time. I look over. We're 2 hours and 5 minutes over. Wild is saying goodbye too. So I will quickly for you guys on the Rumbles, we are going to raid. Oh no, if I do it right, raid Dom's channel. He does music. He plays music, and then he goes on to do an old movie. So it looks like, oh, no, I've done it. No, not a talk show, nonsense video on the side. So there you go. Let me do that. Copy. And no, we want to go over here. Paste. So for you guys over on Rumble, if you want to stick around, we're going to raid Dominion After Dark. Listen to some tunes and stuff. Have a great evening. You guys over on Twitch and YouTube, you have a wonderful evening too. I have not figured out how to raid from YouTube yet, nor do I have anyone who really wants to be raided that I know of that's streaming at this time. So you'll have to go on and find your information and your entertainment however you care to. But thanks again. It's been a blast. I hope to see all of you guys on Friday morning. Just Kidding LLC, all one word. It's the Game Over podcast. And from 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will be doing the GoFundMe, which has a spinning wheel of fun and not so fun. So we will be eating Marmites and random shots. We will be doing those awful beans that might taste like, something tastier. It might taste like wet dog. However it is. And I hope you guys can come and join us for it, because it's always a lot of fun. So until then, y'all have a wonderful time, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Login, late night, same chair, same spot. Screen glow, halo, chat's running hot. She flips to page 3, then dives off the plot. Let's talk about the Lizard Kings again. Tin for crowns.